Welcome to Fearless Finances, where I try to take the fear out of your finances. Today, we are talking about my monetization journey. Essentially, what I've been doing and what YouTube has been doing to get my videos out there so that I can finally reach the status of monetization. For those unaware, you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours in a year. So last time, if memory serves me, I was at about 100 subscribers. That was about 2 months in, right after the holidays and Trump's election. I kind of figured both of those things kind of hindered it, but I don't know. Now I'm finding people watch YouTube and watch everything all the time. But anyways, about 100 subscribers and gosh, I want to say like 100 watch hours. I'd have to go back and look, but it was really small. And I got to tell you though, 30 days later, the vision's much different. And in fact, in the last video, I thought I might be able to be monetized by the end of the year, maybe the fall. Now I'm thinking the spring, maybe sooner. So let me show you what I found out and share with you some of the tips that I learned. Let's get to it. If you follow any of these monetization journey videos, one of the common themes that you're going to find, because I've watched them too, is most people hit like a lucky video. And that's what happened to me too. In fact, look at the numbers for this one particular video. See, at the time that I took this screenshot, it was about 13,000 views and over 1,000 watch hours. 1,300 watch hours to be exact. If before I had like 100 watch hours for several different videos, and it might have been more than that. Maybe it was like 400. Maybe it was 400. I can't remember. But good gravy, one video is way above that. And if you noticed, it was in with 5 days. 5 days. Now, I know for some of the big YouTubers out there, this is nothing. They will drop a video and they'll have that in 15 minutes. I get it. But this was a big deal for me. And this is what else I can tell you about creating one of these videos. This wasn't even on my list. I have this really long list of all these videos that I want to share with you. All this information that I've gleaned over the years teaching classes on financial and government policy and economics, and I have a huge list. And this wasn't even on the list. A friend asked me about it at lunch. In fact, 2 friends. They wanted to know if I recommended they get a financial advisor. And that's what I want to encourage you to do. Whatever your topic is or your genre of videos, or if you're even trying to figure out what your genre is, ask some friends. Like, hey, what do you think I'm good at? If you haven't picked your genre. And if you have picked your genre, ask them what they'd like to learn about. And then do some videos on that and see if it takes off. I'll also give you this little other helpful hint. I couldn't think of a good thumbnail for this one. Usually, I'm fairly creative, and if you look through my thumbnails, I think most of the more recent ones are pretty good. But I couldn't really think of anything like how to choose a financial advisor, or should you have one, is really the question. And I could not think of anything. So I went to YouTube and typed in the question, should I get a financial advisor? And then the very first one that had a lot of views I kind of copied their thumbnail. That could be something you do too. Now, I didn't just take their thumbnail. I put me in it and I made my own background and all of that. But the theme for it, the idea, I did use their idea. So you could do something like that too. To give you some idea of how well this video is doing in comparison to some of my other videos, here is one that I did about a month ago that did well. Like, this was the kind of video that if I had this, I'm like, yay, I'm getting somewhere, right? As you can see here, this one had about 1/10 of the views as the one that really took off. Please also note that even though the views here are about 1,500 instead of 13,000, the watch hours is dramatically different too. Here my watch hours is only 56 instead of over 1,000. The video that really took off, people really liked watching a lot of the content and stayed till the end. Now, again, I don't know how to produce that all the time, but I'm working on it. I also want to give you an idea of what's happening now with the rest of my videos. You see, now that this one video took off, YouTube is going back to some of my older content and seeing if this new audience that liked this video might also like some of my older content. Market, that one would just take off. But please notice, right now is February 14th. It is Valentine's Day, everybody. So it had dropped 12 days ago, and the view hits was only in the hundreds. And YouTube kind of stopped showing it. But as soon as my other video took off, this one started to too. How much YouTube is showing it is going up and up and up now. Now, I still don't have the same viewership on this one that I do on the big video, but it's getting there and it's helping to increase my watch hours and how many people are subscribing to my channel. Which brings me to this, the bottom of the activity list. You see, the first column here next to the dates are how many people have viewed this video in the last 48 hours. See how those 6s, 7s, 8s, 10s, and 11s? Yeah. Those used to be 1s or 2s. YouTube is taking my older stuff and putting it out there and trying to figure out essentially who my audience is, who would like this particular content. And as a result, all of my numbers are going up. Here's the screenshot from my analytics dashboard, the very first page that you get. As you can see now, I've got close to 20,000 views in the last month. There's my 1,300 watch hours, which honestly, I think it's more than that. It needs to be updated. And now I've gotten 288 more subscribers. As you can see all the way over to the right, currently I have 440 subscribers. I'm halfway there to my subscribers. And I think when all these watch hours drop, I'm going to be halfway there to enough watch hours too. I'm pretty freaked out. This is the other thing that's been such a blessing about all of this. I'm connecting to a lot of people who have offered a lot of encouragement and a lot of good information. Before I update all the numbers, because this is the other thing, every time I just kind of log on, everything's gone up more. More subscribers, more watch hours. It's like things are just kind of exploding. And I'll let you know how much time has lapsed between the numbers that I just showed you and the new numbers that I'm going to give you. But I also want to just give you a few different tips, things that have worked well for me. One of them is, again, finding that video. Ask your friends, what are some things in your niche, in your genre, that they'd want to know, that they might search about? Might help you hit that video. Get some ideas of thumbnails from other creators who have done that same video. Might help you too. Last video, I suggested that you use ChatGPT or any of the AI systems to create your titles as well as an SEO, search engine optimization description. I'm still using the ChatGPT for the description. Just makes it easier than writing all that out. I plug in my transcript of the video and then ask ChatGPT to give me an SEO-rich description. I figure that works all right. But a lot of times with the title, I switch it to my own. Now, this works okay for me because I have a background in sales and marketing, and I have found that my titles tend to be a little bit more attention-getting. YouTube also now has the option for it to determine which of your thumbnails are getting more attention. I've tried that a few times. I haven't found that that varies that much. A few of them, maybe 10% click difference. So if you're hesitant, if you have the right one, try that out. And then my final tip before we check where everything is at is something called Nexus Clips. I decided to sign up for it because it takes my videos and makes cute little shorts out of it. I'm still working out the kinks. Like, I needed to get familiar with the program, but it's a great opportunity for me to get some key points out there. I have gotten a few extra subscribers, not many, through that route, but it has brought a lot of new viewers to my channel, and it's super easy to do. It's not a lot of work, which I guess brings me to another point. I am dropping a full-length video about every 3 days, and then the 2 days in between, I drop a short from old content. And then I put a link to that old video in the short. So essentially, I have material that's dropping every single day at 6 a.m. Hi, I'm just sitting here editing the video, and sorry to pop in on Zoom instead of some of the other camera equipment. I hope it's not too blurry. My son always tells me I need to use better equipment. Well, he bought me the other equipment, and the other equipment's really good. But when I try to do it this way, he tells me it just doesn't look as good, which it probably doesn't. But anyway, we're just here to look at the numbers. It's 3 days later since the last recording. Things are slowing down on the big video, and so I thought I'd give you an update before we wrap this up. Here are the current numbers. As you can see, there's some pretty major changes since the last time we plugged into these same numbers. In fact, this is one of the downsides of doing this on Zoom, but let me show you the numbers we were looking at 3 days ago. As you can see here, there were about 20,000 views, 1,300 watch hours, and at that stage, I had a total of 440 subscribers and about 288 recently. You'll also see that in the last 48 hours, there had been a little over 12,000 views. So back to the other numbers. Now there's 30,000 views. The watch hours went up 1,000 in the 3-day period. This month, I've added 480 subscribers. So right now, I'm at 580. In fact, on all statistics, I am about 60% to being monetized at this stage. But please also notice that the views are down significantly. That video has really slowed down. It's only getting, in the last 48 hours, 1,300 views. And look at, that's going to go down significantly very soon, because all of this time from the last couple of days will be gone. Right now, the video is only showing for the last 60 minutes 6 times, and that's been pretty consistent most of today. Here is the new video that I put up. I thought this one would take off. It had really good statistics, and it still does. But it's plugging away. There's actually over 500 views on it and close to 100 watch hours, but nothing like the other video. So in the last 60 minutes, there's only been 9 views on all of my videos. And if you also notice, these numbers are starting to fall again too. Where these were at 5s and 6s and 7s, they're back to the 1s and 2s. I got a little bit of work to do. I gotta find myself another really good video. Got any ideas for me on that? Let me know. If you've got some questions for me about financial planning or anything, maybe that would be another spark for a great video. I'm going to put that video, the really big one, down in the description, in the doobly-doo, because I'm going to put the monetization video right there, my last one, so you can see where things are at and get some of the pointers from that one too. And in the meantime, be fearless and have fun. I'll see you soon.